What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Ebony, and I wanted to tell y'all that I got the job. I got the job. I can't yell right now. I just, yelling is done. I've been out all day, but I got the job, y'all. So this is how I know I got the job. So I was at work, right? And it was either on my break or just like, it was real chill on the floor. So check my email or finally check my phone, and I looked down and someone sent me a text and they're like, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? And they was like, they just sent you the email. I checked my email. I'm like, ah! So that was exciting. I got the job, y'all. It's still doing dialysis. I'll still be doing dialysis as a patient care technician. It's still chronic hemodialysis. It's just for a different company. I chose that because the company I'm with, I felt like if I stayed for the rate that was offered, then it was settling for crumbs. So if you're at a company that gives you a good rate, or with a DO or a manager or whatever the case may be, whoever disperses her rates, let me say that. If you are there and they present to you a good rate, by all means stay. But if they present you some crumbs, honey, don't stay. Because why? I mean, so let me just talk about the process for a second. I was very persistent in getting answers with the other company. I was very persistent. It's still some questions that, I sent them earlier. Trying to remember. It's been a long day. But I was very persistent. So be persistent. When you submit your application, and then let's say if you know someone that knows the hiring manager, then you say, hey, don't forget, boom, boom, bam. They're going to do their part. Then once you hear from the hiring manager, once you get their email, once you have your face-to-face, or I had a video call, once you do that, then this is what I did. Okay? Once that happened, I waited a few days because I know they can get busy. So I had a video call, I think on a Tuesday. I waited until about, what was it? Friday maybe. And I was like, I haven't heard anything. I was getting a little concerned. So since I waited on that day, then I'm like, all right, let me just see let me just give it a moment. Boom, hit another week. So when I hit the next Tuesday. So I waited a whole 7 days. I usually don't, but I was like, let me just wait. So I waited a whole 7 days because the person that's on the inside let me know that some other things were happening. So come to find out, they ended up hiring someone from out of state. This can happen to you. Hiring someone from out of state in the same position that I applied for, but they were already with that company. So I was like, all right, I don't know what that means. But in the email from the hiring manager, they were like, I sent them an email. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm excited. But I sent an email a week after my interview. And I said, hey, just following up to see any updates on what we need to do with the process moving forward. Something like that, along those lines. And they contacted me back and was like, hey, I'm looking to see how I can bring you aboard. Da 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 da. I said da 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 because it wasn't no start date on that. And I was like, I don't know what that means. It doesn't mean, if it ain't a start date, then I don't feel like I got the job. So I was like, a little nervous, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pray. I fasted, I prayed. And this is not to say that if you fast and pray that God is going to give you exactly what you want, but I do know that he will give you what you need. And just believing. I just like, Lord, I don't know, but if this is a job, then I don't know. You just do it, Lord. So then I waited, and then I saw the other person somewhere else. I saw them at another clinic, and they were like, oh, well, this happened, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say what happened, but this is what happened. So we're going to be needing you. And I was like, all right. So then they said that. I don't wait. I am persistent. I did not wait for the hiring manager to contact me. I contacted them. So I'm like, I'm going to contact them. And I said, hey, any other updates? This is like 2 weeks later, after. Any updates? And they said, oh, yes, I'm looking. They were trying to move things over, I guess, on the back end, technically wise. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then I'm like, all right, still didn't get a date. And then that's when I got a date. I got a date days later. So I say that to say, sound like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but be persistent. Don't give up. If one company say no, another one will say yes. If one company, and when I'm talking about the rate that you offer, now make sure you come in correct with these rates, because you gotta have a little experience if you're gonna come with some rates. You coming in with no experience, I don't know. It just depends on who you're talking to. Not to say it can't happen, because with God, all things are possible. But I know for me, with my experience, I was like, yeah, I don't want no less than this number, or I won't take less than this. So we'll see. And I'll talk about rates when I feel comfortable about it. That's an iffy subject. Just know, I will say, I started at how much? 15 something? Honey, that is not enough. In 2022, and it's about to be 2023. Absolutely not. Started with that. And I haven't, and when I left the floor and came back, they were like, oh, you have to start as an inexperienced tech. And I was like, all right, fine. But now I'm not like that. I'm not no all right, fine. I'm not gonna settle for your little crumbs, because other jobs out there. And one thing I will say that I have thought about as it pertains to these companies is like, yeah, it's supposed to be a partnership. And I feel like some companies you can have a bad partnership with. And I just take companies out of it and just say certain people in management, or people in management. When I say bad partnership, it's like, so you really feel, to me, it's like, so you really feel like this rate is acceptable. You really feel like this is acceptable. You ain't never stepped a foot out there and really been in the trenches with me. So maybe that's why you feel like this is acceptable. But this is not acceptable for what I do. And most of it is not even what you asked me to do. It is what is a part of the job to get the job done. That is why I do it. So anyways, I can go on a rant about that. But just know I got the job. And if you are looking for a patient care technician job, I know it's someone that's been commenting on some of my things. I need to check on her. I can't think of her name right now because y'all be coming at me, but it's okay. I remember the name when I go back and look. But she applied, and then they let her see the clinic and all of that, and she did her interview, and then they still didn't hire her. I'm like, girl, it's okay, keep going. It's many dialysis. Dialysis is a world. Now, the worlds do come together. So that's why you gotta act right. Have good character, good work ethic, work on your communication. The best way to do that is you're working on the floor, but work on your communication, because all the companies talk, like all the people from different management, like these companies, some may look like it may look, when you listen to people that's worked at different companies, it may look like they're against one another. Yes, they are competitors, but they are not against one another in the sense of, Fresenius might have people from DaVita might go to Fresenius, patient-wise, and even worker-wise. People from Fresenius may go to U.S. Renal. U.S. Renal may go to Fresenius, and other companies, or to the hospitals or whatnot. But just know that they talk. They all talk. They all know each other. It's one thing I found out in my interview. I was like, what? They know each other because dialysis is one of those, it's a world of people that have been doing this for as little as a day, a month, or whatever, to as much as 30, 40, 50 years. I know it sounds unreal, but I promise you I've seen it. I've literally put my eyes on these people, and I'd be amazed. But somebody got to do it. So I pray their strength, honey. But somebody got to do it. But they have chosen that a patient care technician as a career, and that's cool. I mean, it's my career for now. It's not my career forever. So yeah, and I say that to say, if you want a taste of healthcare, I will say dialysis is a great place to start. So anyways, I'm tired of makeup, and I want to look like I'm at home now. So good night, y'all. Good day whenever you watch this. I hope that this encourages you to go apply for that position. That if you are a tech and you've been working for I don't know how many years or whatever, and you feel like you need to be getting paid more, may this encourage you to go apply for the position, and don't head trip on the position. Just apply for the things that you don't even think that you're qualified for, but God says you're qualified for, because of your skill set. Dialysis is a skill set. Everybody cannot do what we do. It takes a lot to do what we do, and everybody cannot do what we do, okay? So I hope that leaves y'all in good graces, and let me know down below, have you applied? What process are you in? The hiring process. I got my start date. If I didn't say that, I did get my start date. So I was actually able to choose my start date. I be trying to close out, but then things come to my head because I didn't write it down. I just came and started talking. But I was actually able to choose my start date, and that was amazing to me. To me, I felt like it was a blessing. And I did try to stay PRN with who I'm with, but they were like, oh, no, they were just basically like, all right, bye. That's my translation of how they treated it. Like, we don't need you PRN. I was like, what? But then I was like, all right. I took that as like, God is like, close the door. Like, close the door. Let it go and close the door. Close the door, let it go. Like, it's like a relationship. I mean, I think about a relationship with my ex. Like, I didn't leave the door open for us to be friends, because that would be PRN. I closed the door and was like, deuces. I'm not, don't call me, don't talk to me. That's it. So there's that. Talk to y'all later. Bye.